Low-key do whatever we can.
Hey?
Can just low-key do what we can do again. There we go. Let's make sure everybody's in the picture. There we go. That's the pose then. We'll just straight up do that.
Here we go.
We'll just straight up do that. Straight up do that.
just staring at the camera like this the entire time.
Yeah.
It's like hard style.
Let's do that. I'll just I'll sit in the middle, I guess. Then that'll be my seat for Lee James, part of the band. Yeah. So that's the camera set for Lee. Let's do our checks. Hats off.
Yeah.
No, not quite. Greasy hair.
Is it going to come off or is it staying on this time?
Stay on this time.
Stay on this time.
It was like last time he wasn't happy either. I've not watched it.
That's fine. I watched mine yesterday.
I'm not watching mine because it'll go filthy, and I've got a whole day karate tomorrow. So.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Like I clearly don't care about that. So that's good.
There we go. Camera set for you guys now. I think that's all set.
Cool.
Just do the pose as they say. That'll be
cool.
So
is this for the thumbnail for the?
We'll do a photograph at the end. We'll do the photo at the end for the thumbnail.
There we go. I kind of just.
Yeah, that's dope.
Hell yeah.
There we go. Right, that's everybody's set. I think that's all set now. I'll be like this for like 10 minutes setting just to make sure everybody's in picture.
I don't worry about it, man. As long as the chairs are in, we're in, so you're all good.
Yeah,
yeah, we're all set. Let's do our checks. Lights on, cameras on, hats on, hats off.
Unfortunately.
Hair's down.
Yeah, there you go.
When the sun's in the house. Is that Friday the 13th in the house as well?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was trying to find a band t-shirt, but I couldn't find one that I wanted to wear.
Yeah,
they're too big.
Yeah, I do have a band t-shirt on. It's a little bit like it's underneath here, so it's a little band you might have heard of. Yes, I'm wearing my own band shirt because it's like as in us like being on the podcast would be enough promotion already.
so we got another band on as well then.
Yeah, well, sort of. Yeah. That's just Solid Light. So yeah. Shout out to Solid Light 666 on Instagram.
Got the drops as well today.
Nice, good. Yeah. Look at those calves. It's crazy.
Got the vans. Well, right skateboarders.
Yeah.
Eknees as well.
Yeah, not skateboarding for me.
It's been a minute since the last.
Are we all wearing bands today?
No.
No. Yes.
Kingpins.
Okay. Right. Fair.
Also one of my favourite bands.
Oh, the King. Nice.
I looked. I was looking in the drawer, going through the band t-shirts. So I pulled out a Boy Done one. I was like, this one. I had the Sun Drown one, and then I saw the yellow Kingpin one.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's King Abyss.
King Abyss. Oh yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
King Abyss.
Yeah.
They were playing recently. Did you not hear
King Abyss?
Yeah.
We were supposed to play with them. We got offered the gig.
Yeah. I think we were offered it, and then I think it ended up being what exactly? I think what happened that we didn't end up being able to play that one?
I was away.
But you were away. That was fine. Yeah, that's fine.
It was a shame because they wanted to we really enjoyed the last show we played.
Yeah. It was they're really fun to play with. They're really just friendly guys as well. And just absolutely kick ass on stage. They're really good on stage. Like the stage presence makes me every time I see King Abyss, I feel like I can punch a hole through a wall. I don't, but I feel like I can.
They will play that. They were great. Sort of legends.
Thrash
metal way.
Yeah, kind of thrash, kind of beat down type thing. Like very much.
There's a lot of groove in there.
Kind of groove. Yeah.
Guitarist about that as well.
Yeah. Anytime you see like the lead singer in like in a snapback and cargo shorts, you know you're about to die in that pit.
There's going to be like two-step going on.
Exactly.
Oh no, that was the gig we played, wasn't it? Where we started a pit with Murray. And I knackered my ankle and my wrist.
Yes.
I stuck to the floor and fell, twisted my ankle, landed on my wrist.
Yeah.
Then went back in and stuck in the exact same spot and twisted my ankle again.
Yeah, the Legends floor is like oddly sticky in places.
Legends, bro.
Yeah. Yes. I'm not sure what I was expecting to be fair.
It's a bit slippery if someone's spelled a beer, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's slippery for a bit, and then as soon as the beer soaks into the floorboards, then it becomes really sticky, and then you're just like, You're just like twisting your ankle.
Because there's hundreds of people stepping on the beer.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah.
I feel it's like that.
Unpredictable at best.
It's always like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, yeah, believe it or not, we got Holberton back on the podcast. You guys were the first ever podcast episode we done. You guys were.
It's good. It's awesome to be back. It was again. It's. Oh, I say
it's been a minute since we see.
Definitely. Yeah. It's weird because like I think because I was meant to be on with Ben and Shimon the first time, and I think something came up. I either couldn't find the place or couldn't get here in time, and I was like scrambling to do it, and then it's just like, dude, like we'll do it. It's fine, and I'm like, no. But I'm here now, so
it's kind of like the middle of nowhere, kind of finding this like farmhouse. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was a bit. I'm glad I found a bus that like took me right here because it was because otherwise it would have probably I would have had to leave this morning at like 9 in the morning to get
9 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
The first time me and Shimon came, we ended up walking through the entire park. So it was a bit easier this time now.
Yeah.
The shopping centre as well, Camerton Shopping Centre.
Yeah.
It's just down the road there.
Which again is like you hear of like a place for like a couple times where they're just like, oh yeah, I've heard of Cameron Toll before, I've never actually been there, and then you see the place, it's just like, oh yeah, that's the place I've heard of like all these times before, and just had no idea where it was, what it looked like, or anything.
Came all the way from Canada for Cameron Toll.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, since I lived in that, I didn't hear about it before I moved here. It's not like a world famous shopping center or anything.
No, that's
shopping mall.
Yeah, it's famous.
Yeah, there you go.
It's like a famous shopping mall.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? But it's just very low key. It's just a straight up one little shopping centre, and you walk along a straight line to the other end to the doors. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's that simple. You don't get yourself lost in that place.
Yeah.
Unlike the Metro Centre in Newcastle.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Never been.
Yeah, I think I might have been there like once before. I was in Newcastle like maybe like. Oh no! Sorry, no, not in Newcastle. No, sorry, I'm thinking of the completely wrong thing. So no, I've never been there.
Newcastle's lots of Newcastles in the States and as well as
No. Sorry, like for some reason my brain like didn't hear like the city you said. No,
on time that is.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because my brain thought for some reason thought you said Manchester. Like I don't know why. I'm not fully awake yet. I might need some coffee after this.
Yeah, Manchester and Newcastle, similar names.
They're not. Don't make excuses for me. It's fine.
Similar cities. You know what I mean. But it's really good to get you guys back on this podcast, episode 93. So it's a lot's come along.
Yeah.
What's been happening then since we last spoke then?
What's been happening? That's so much.
Been doing some little tours and stuff.
No.
Oh yeah, just got back from Japan. No. So I suppose the main thing is
support baby metal. That's what you do.
Yeah, support baby metal. Oh, dude, I would in a heartbeat. Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
No, the main thing that's happening has been like a whole lot of lineup changes for various reasons. Because I think because you were talking about like because like Shimon, who was on here before, was one of the kind of the original 5 members of Hollow Tomb, and then through like various just either like other commitments that people were doing or people moving away or people not being able to do the things anymore, we ended up like getting down to where it was literally Ben and I were like the only 2 remaining original members of that original 5 lineup. We ended up having like a few other people who kind of jumped on temporarily kind of in between there, and so now it's 3 of us at the moment. It's me and Ben and Murray, who was supposed to be here, who unfortunately couldn't make it. Yeah, so that's the main thing that's been happening is we've been kind of like I swear, like if like I've said, I think I've joked before that like this band might be under some kind of like ancient curse from some witch somewhere who's just kind of realized like no, you will not have a full lineup ever.
Was it who named the band? Was that you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the name fits there.
Yeah, hollow. Yeah, just like hollow, empty.
Yeah, so
what's the lineup? It's hollow.
The last gig we had, it was literally just the 3 of us.
Mm-hmm.
People were like, "Wow, it's just, I've never seen a band with 3 members," and I'm like, "It's not supposed to be that way."
Yeah. To be fair, we smashed that gig. It was a good gig. It was awesome.
Fun. And the crowd were really good.
Yeah.
The other bands were great. So it was like a fun night, but I was so panic stricken by that one.
Yeah. What is it's when you're there and like the only guitar up on that stage was you, and it was and then Murray was on the drums, and that was kind of it, and then me on vocals, and that was the entire lineup. It was not gonna lie, I was also a little nervous with that one, but I was kind of just like screw it, no matter what happens, like I am going to have fun tonight.
Yeah, that's what we went in with, and we did.
Yeah,
really had fun.
Yeah, it was good.
So at the moment, keeping the feelers out, trying to find a bassist and guitarist.
Yeah. So if there's anybody who's watching this who might be curious, can we include like some of the the band's like email in the description of the video? Is that all right? Yeah. So if you email that and or Facebook Messenger or whatever, just get in contact with one of us somehow, and we'll get we'll be in touch. I think we are going to try and do like proper like auditions for the parts, just so we can kind of like, because I've got a feeling it will probably be slightly easier to find a guitar player than it was to find a drummer. We got really lucky with Murray.
Drummers are hard to find.
Yeah, because all of them are either like because like there's plenty of drummers, but a lot of them for hollow tune stuff like it's quite techno and quite fast. So finding somebody who can play that, who's not already in like 5 other bands, is a bit of an issue.
Yeah, I feel good.
So we got really lucky with Murray that he was like he is, to be fair, in like 2 other bands.
Is it 2 now?
I think it's in 2. I think like there was the project he was in for a little bit that ended up kind of splitting because of toxicity. I think because he's in Grief Incarnate, and I think one other one, and then Hollow Tune. But I forget. Sorry, Murray, I forget the name of the other bands.
We did get lucky with Murray.
Give a shout out to the bands he's in then.
I was gonna say so the other one is Grief Incarnate, which is kind of what did he kind of describe that as? That's pretty solidly kind of like deathcore. That is, so if you're into deathcore and you want like a new band to check out, Grief Incarnate, and just because our drummer's in it and he's good.
I'll get him on a podcast.
Yeah, Grief Incarnate, absolutely,
absolutely,
yeah.
Close to 100 episodes, so
yeah, there you go.
We should have done like an anniversary one, We could have been
But I say if you waited to get us on for your 100th one, because then it just like and then just every 100 episodes you just get us back on the podcast. That would be great. That's fine.
That's 93 now.
93, yeah. So 93 is still good. That's 93.
We're quite old that, so
you could just fib and just like release this as 100.
Yeah. Every time we say
93 thing.
Yeah. Every time we say the word 93, you have to like edit it to say 100. Just like double over it.
I'll just stick up as 93, I guess.
Yeah,
keep it for one.
Yeah.
I don't have any plans for that, so I might just be the case with this stick with one band, but to go with the band and see.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. We'll have to see. I might have something in the pipeline when it comes.
You should just go to a gig and try and like catch the bands that are on the bill.
Yeah, do some interviews, kind of like as they're coming off stage and in between sets. That'd be kind of fun, actually. I'll do it on location.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could probably get in early and like talk to bands like during sound check and stuff like that.
There's a good solid like hour before all the bands go on.
That's what I forgot. Esteban, Doomsday Report, he does that. He comes in, like interviews bands like before and then records the set.
Yeah. He does a lot of them, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So maybe something like that. He does like a wee kind of like a sort of news thing, like a
that'd be fun, like a Legends or something.
I mean, with like a mic and somebody holding the camera and just being just like almost like it's like can I get a quote from you, please? like proper like I don't know, like 1950s like newspaper anchors.
Yeah. Did something from like back in the day.
A little old fashioned, just like you usually have one of those like newsy hats. And like
a little card on the side.
Yes, exactly. They have a little press pass in the
hat. Fashion camera.
Yes, exactly.
Get a case for your phone, so it looks like an old. Cameras.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like that was like the one the reporter from Superman. What's his name? From Superman. God, I fucking forgot his name. No, okay, it's fine. you know the ones. You know the one, the guy. The reporter from Superman. Anyway, yes, that you should do that at some point.
I think we've got something in the pipeline, for sure.
Yeah, there we go. So
we introduce ourselves to the band then. the role is?
Yeah. So other stuff that's been going on with the band because we have been.
I'm just saying that introduce ourselves to the band members and then.
Oh,
yeah.
right. Yeah. Sorry. Hi. Just to ourselves or. Yeah.
Just to the audience that.
Yes. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Hi. My name's Andrew. I'm the vocalist for Hollow Tomb. So it's like, hello. My name's Andrew. I'm an alcoholic. Yes, I'm the vocalist.
Ben, the guitarist.
And so I guess slash songwriter as well.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose guitarist like one of the things I do least actually. I was thinking about that this morning. I was like, I would say guitarist, and I'm like, that's usually not the guitar that I'm playing. It's like recording or like at the minute I'm editing and stuff like that. So
yeah, it's like guitarist slash sound engineer slash
composer.
Composer. Yeah, songwriter. Yeah. I suppose as well, like vocalist, lyricist, and then also like merch guy. That's
different roles.
Yeah.
You kind of have to these days.
That's kind of it. Like if we could hire people to if we had the money to hire people to do those kind of things, we absolutely would, because like it would mean that we could just kind of sit back and just do music, because that's kind of the thing we want to do. But also like it's nice kind of being like you know that you're supporting like the band whenever you see you see a small band, they rock up there, they've got their own little tote of merch, like the t-shirts and stuff, and all the design was I mean the Hollow Tomb logo that you saw on this one was
that shot as well.
Nice. Yeah, I was actually going to ask you to see if you had one already. I was going to bring one to give one to you for the podcast.
I had the one. I was thinking that I was going to possibly put it on.
Yeah.
If I did that. I don't know what I would do.
It's fine, I did it.
Everyone done it.
Yeah.
How would that do?
What was the guy's name that did it? It was your tattoo artist.
It was Jamie Christ, who's Christ works on Instagram. It's and the works as a V. But yeah, if you so he did the design and same guy did all my tattoos and everything as well. Basically asked him to kind of reinterpret the design that I had done. So
he done the design on the shirt, on the t-shirt.
On the t-shirts, yeah. Same guy that does that's the art on my body also does the art that's on my body.
That's dope.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Very cool shirt.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
I've worn it on, I think, on the podcast a few times.
Nice.
I can't remember what ones now. I'll need to go back now.
Yeah, it's good. But
you did the original.
You
did the original sketch.
There's an original sketch that I did, and I ended up rendering it at one point, and that was going to be eventually it was going to be the album art for the single and everything. But it ended up I kind of you know, it's like you do your own art and then you look at it for too long and then you hate it.
That's why I said I want to mix and master all the songs, because you end up listening to them until you go insane.
Yeah, it's just I can't tell if this is good anymore. I need somebody else to look into. Somebody who's not involved in it to do it.
Definitely sounds different, but is it good?
Yeah.
If you listen to it for the first time, it sounds very good day, and then you listen to it a few times after, you get used to it all kind of fine. I feel you about that.
I've got honestly,
for
that was
sure.
part of my college work. I went mental with that. I spent a week mixing a song to try and get it perfect. And I don't know if what I've done sounds better now than it did, or
you're just slowly ruining it over time. Yeah. That's often the thing. You're often going to be your own worst critic when it comes to anything creative that you do. You're gonna eventually look back at that and be just like, oh man, especially if you've been working at it for a long time, just tweaking little things all the time. And again, it's okay, do I like this more than one of those before? Do I want to just revert back to what I did before? And it's you'll drive yourself insane. So it's really good, either having somebody else there with you saying okay, that can look at it a bit more objectively, that hasn't been staring at it this close for 5 hours straight. It's good having somebody there to kind of to tell you, okay, this is actually better than it was before. I maybe should tweak this a little bit. And even if you don't take the advice, it's good just to have it there. Just make sure that you're not going absolutely insane. But yeah, what I was talking about before about supporting the band and things like that. It's when it comes to when you have kind of a small crew of even 3 to 5 people doing gigs and things like that, you typically won't have like a manager of any kind. You typically won't have anybody to do merch. I'm really lucky in our thing because Ashley normally comes. Like my partner Ashley usually comes to a lot of the
shout
shout out to my partner Ashley. Who's probably gonna watch this later. She on top of just being a lovely person in general, is also like very, very good. She used to work like a retail job, like a really, really good retail job back in the day.
Yeah.
And so she knows how to like sell clothing.
Hell yeah.
So she normally comes along, and she's actually the one that usually works the merch booth, which is really, really helpful for me because
doing the gigs and that.
yeah, exactly, because I'm usually like freaking out. Like so I'm usually the one that brings the merch there, but like the person who actually like usually is the one selling it and kind of handling the money and stuff like that. That's all Ashley, which is really, really handy. And the great thing is she works for free. Yeah.
You like that with them, I guess.
Yeah, she's really good at like, because she wants to just do it just to make sure that she's supporting us, which is really nice.
Hell yeah.
Again, if I could pay her, I would, but I pay her in like pints and stuff, and she's usually fine with that.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, shall we talk a bit more about what we've been up to recently? Yes.
Yeah.
So
I guess because I guess trying to get my words around, but just gig wise and because if you've played a few gigs, I think you've played a few gigs a few times this year as well, maybe.
This year's been pretty good for gigs. We had two kind of like near the beginning of the year a little bit, and then we had the most recent one was the one where that was at Banshees, and that was I think
we've had to we weren't taking anything just at the moment, unfortunately, because it didn't really. I mean, it worked as a 3-piece at last minute, but it's definitely not the way we want to keep going forward.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we kind of like. I mean, we had this case where we were. I think we had a gig booked, and then unfortunately, due to like just kind of circumstances kind of beyond anybody's control, basically Adam couldn't ended up having kind of like dropping out of the band for last minute while we had the gig booked. I originally was actually going to say that no, we don't, we're probably not going to be able to do the gig, and then Murray was actually the one that pushed me, no, we're doing this, I want to do this so badly, and I was like, all right, cool, you clearly care a lot, so we're okay, I guess we're doing this, and we did it, and I'm glad we did, and it was good, so shout out Murray, you were right the entire time.
As much as I wanted to kill you at the time.
Yeah, it was a bit, it was definitely just really, but it's no, you were right, I guess.
Yeah, unfortunately, Adam, our bass player, he had to leave. I mean, we'd done it. I think all the gigs before that, we'd done 2 or 3 with just me and Adam.
We had done I think the gig before that. I think the one that we actually played with, the one we played with King Abyss. That was with just the 4 of us, which that worked out quite well.
Was that the one at LaBelle?
No, I think the one at LaBelle was.
Was that?
The one on the bell was a while ago. I think that was the Red Cross Winter Warmer. That was a while ago. King Abyss was also at that one as well. Yeah. But that's where we met them originally. And then we basically kind of ended up swapping contact information, and then basically Duncan and them stuck another gig that they were doing at the I think it was for the Fall Brawl. And then that was at Legends, and that's where we played them again, and then it was really good.
Hell yeah.
So again, I really, really want to if we ever go on tour with anybody, they're kind of top billing for we if they want to do a full tour around and they want support from us, then I think we
should they'd be good.
So to King Abyss.
Yeah, King Abyss.
So
great, they're awesome. Yeah, they're good lads.
Yeah, I think for now, I mean, we'll look at. I really want to use this year to do more gigging and some mini tours and stuff like that. I'm desperate to get down to York again because York's got a massive crowd down there.
York is dope.
And they always turn up and then love it. And I've also said I'd like to go back over to Ireland at some point because there was amazing shows in Ireland.
Definitely.
And there's a really, really good thrash band over there called Crossfire.
On York?
Not in York, in Ireland.
They're in Dublin.
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 Yeah.
Not Gamma Bomb or that.
Yeah,
they have a big thrash band.
Crossfire are actually incredible though. You heard of them, then?
No, I've not heard of them actually.
You must give them a listen.
Hopefully they'll show up here sometime, eh?
They did come over on tour. We toured with them here, and they're not this band.
Yeah, you're your last band.
Yeah.
The band that might remain nameless unless you want to mention it. No, that's fine.
But yeah, no, that'd be brilliant to get over there again.
That'd be great.
I think just cement our lineup at the moment.
That's the main thing. Yeah, it's because I think we have a really good core just now with like me, Ben, and Murray. That's I think like we're pretty much ride or die now with that core, and like we can play with that, and that's a good like thing. It's more so just putting extra meat on the bones now with like an extra guitar player and a bass player. So that'd be.
Or at very least a bass player.
At very least, but yeah. But to be fair, like a lot of the guitar parts that you've written there for the songs do need like that kind of layered guitar, whether it be harmonies or whatever.
No, that's the opposite. I said at very least a guitarist, didn't I?
Yeah,
because it's tuned down to drop G anyway.
And with your new guitar as well, it's like because I swear it's like Ben plugs this guitar in. Viewers at home, I must tell you, Ben plugs this guitar in, and I could feel my bones shaking. There's so much low end on the chase-ups,
which is hilarious because it's the smallest guitar I've ever owned.
It's
like this small,
and people will still say tone wood is a thing.
So it's
making this controversial
guitar.
No, it's a 7-string, and it's an extended range. It's headless, so it doesn't have a headstock on. You tune it at the bottom. It's got.
What's the brand? What's the?
It's a Chinese company called NK Guitars.
NK Guitars.
And it's from, I think originally I got it from a guy.
Super metal guitar.
I got it from a guy in Ayr. I went and bought it from him because he was moving abroad. And I think he got it from AliExpress. They're really, really affordable. It's like one of the most incredible guitars I've ever played. I'm absolutely in love with it.
Yeah.
Shout out to AliExpress.
Shout out to AliExpress. Absolutely.
I think like a Chinese EP.
Chinese eBay basically. Yeah, it's kind of just for It's
It's like all keywords not EP pretty much.
Yeah, sort of. You can say that. Yeah. Yeah, again, it's they're kind of like I feel like they kind of get a little bit of a bad rep from like because like you can just buy a whole lot of cheap just like trash on AliExpress, but apparently some of the stuff you can get is quite good. Apparently, like some of the guitars you can get on AliExpress. Apparently, not that bad.
600 quid if you want to go and have a look.
Yeah,
guitars.
600 quid for like any kit, even if it was just made of like styrofoam. Honestly, for a 7-string guitar, it's like not that bad. Also, it's been really funny seeing Ben playing a headless guitar for one thing because there's multiple times I've seen him go to tune it and it doesn't work. Just like, wait a minute, no, it's down here.
The tuners are down at the bottom of the guitar.
It's at the bridge basically, rather than at the neck.
There must be plenty of Chinese metal bands out there then if there's guitars.
Oh yeah, like it's one of the great things about just like metal as a genre is it's like pretty much every country will have like some kind of metal scene. Obviously, some of them are going to be more available than others. Like are there metal bands in like North Korea? Probably. Will I ever hear them? Probably not.
I mean, you definitely could if you just went to Google.
Well, probably.
There's a metal band from South Korea that I just found a couple of years back called they call themselves Crash, as in crashing. They're really good. Check them out.
Yeah.
2019 ADs a song I think they actually released. So maybe if you put them in, it might actually come up with that as a band rather than some random thing. Just put Crash and it's not going to come up with anything band related.
It's actually really cool to listen to metal bands from other countries. Like you wouldn't expect. I don't know if it was showed to me as like a.
Dubai might have some metal bands. Dubai.
I was literally just about to say, have you listened to Bloodywood?
Bloodywood, yes. Oh man, Bloodywood are great.
India.
Yeah,
huge
wow. Like it's like the Soulfly thing, mixing the Brazilian with the metal, and then Bloodywood's done it with it, and it's just like wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, for sure.
I've heard Bloodywood. Yeah, I think I heard one of the songs. Me and my pal were going to see them at one point, but then I think it was sold out, so I don't think we.
I know. I think they've got a gig coming up in Glasgow.
When?
Or is it just passed?
I don't know.
I was looking. Thought that might be a fun one.
Yeah, I think that'd be great. Yeah, if it is happening relatively soon, we should genuinely actually go and do this.
There's one in November. There's who is it? It's Spine Shank and Drowning Pool.
Oh yeah,
nice. Some of the OG new metal bands.
And I think it's Spine Shank, Drowning Pool, and Head PE.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, wild. I love the fact that these very much like of their time bands like Drowning Pool, for example, are still going.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that, like, you know, like you get any kind of genre, there's always going to be like a diehard fan base for it.
So see the some bodies.
Yeah, exactly. That's definitely their most popular song. But I love that, like, you know, like no matter what kind of weird music that you want to make, there will be people who will be totally into it and want to listen to it. You know, obviously, like if it's a really niche genre, your audience might be small, but often I find like the smaller audiences are the ones who are the most, like, you know, rabid for their thing. So yeah, definitely, it's good. So like, so if you're thinking about like making like a metal project or any kind of music project, and you think, oh, this might be a little bit too niche, do it. You'll find an audience, I promise.
It's something unique. Something quite unique, I guess.
Yeah. It's because that's kind of the thing nowadays. You can either be like, in order to kind of stand out, you either have to do something that everybody likes really well, or you have to do something unique that nobody's seen before. Which it's becoming increasingly harder to do something unique nowadays because of just how many people are doing music nowadays. And obviously, like, you know, it's also really for the same reason. So it's like. It's hard to make it so that it's really, really good as well. So you have to kind of find like some either kind of mix of the two, like doing something as well as you can, but also putting your own unique spin on it. One of the things I guess with our band is like, because I think it's a good mix of like different influences that we have.
Definitely when you add Murray into the mix as well.
Definitely as well, yeah. Because Murray's tastes definitely skew a lot more kind of like, you know, kind of like modern deathcore and stuff like that. Like he's very much into a lot of the like really, really fast technical stuff. Ben and I are more so into, because I know that because you said that your one big influence on you is Parkway Drive, because that's like your favorite.
Parkway Drive.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah! I do like Parkway actually.
Yeah, Parkway good.
The old stuff, I think.
Yeah,
I just like all of it.
Yeah.
I know people don't like the new stuff, and I'm like, it's still really good.
Yeah.
So Rising and Deep Blue, I think, kind of come to mind as the big albums.
Yeah, no, definitely. They're the ones everybody thinks of straight away. Yeah, no, I'm definitely influenced a lot by metalcore, but also I'd say that I try and have a groove element in there as well. That's why I was talking to, I forgot the guitarist's name from King Abyss. We were talking about that because they've got a lot of groove sections in, and I was like, that's it.
Yeah.
I like the stuff that, you know.
Yeah, definitely. It's stuff that you can like, you can kind of like, stuff that you can probably kind of like bang your head to, but you're just like, oh, okay, yeah, like you almost feel it, which that's good. In terms of like kind of like vocal stuff, it's because I feel like a lot of the like kind of like 90s like kind of like melodic death metal stuff. So it's like In Flames is one band we've been compared to before. I've heard a couple people say that. I've also heard I've heard Amon Amarth a couple times. Which,
I think that's just you though.
But that's the thing, because I take this as a compliment because that's one of my major vocal influences. Johan Hegg is Johan Hegg from Amon Amarth, doing like my lows and things like that. That's who I'm trying to sound like.
So that Viking bet one day as well.
A little bit, yeah. It's very much like, you know, like we're a very nerdy band. Definitely not. Well, not really Viking, because like, you know, I'm not, you know. I know I'm a big tall ginger man, but I'm not. I wouldn't definitely not call myself a Viking. We're definitely nerdy.
Don't look at me.
You got the Viking.
You're going braided.
I see. That's the Viking look.
Yeah.
That is a Viking look, I think. It's like, you know, what's his name, Floki from Vikings, like from the TV show. You ever watched it?
No.
But I'd say like you've got a little bit of that kind of like little like kind of like the chops and like the other thing. It's like it looks a bit like, yeah. But anyway, we're definitely a nerdy band, which is good. Which I feel like if you are into metal now these days, it's kind of nerdy. It's a little nerdy. It's fun. It's great, but it's a little nerdy. Definitely, I'm a massive nerd.
Video games and that, I guess.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, most of the because we haven't released any of our lyrics online or anything just now. When we do, you're gonna realize just how much of a nerd I am, because again, I'm the one that writes the lyrics, and most of the lyrics that I write are about like video games or like stuff.
It's like Dragon Force, like that.
Well, yeah. I was gonna say somewhere between Dragon Force and Ice Nine Kills, like somewhere between there is kind of where the lyrics kind of sit. Actually, like the first.
Some mythology stuff in there.
Some mythology stuff as well. Like it's a lot of so there's so Draugr is usually the first song we do in the set is Draugr. That is the lyrics for that are a lot of that is based off of obviously kind of like a little bit of Scandinavian mythology. Also a lot of it is also based off of World of Warcraft.
That's a heavy one, isn't it?
Draugr. That's usually the first one we open up with because it's our fastest one.
I just remember that was just a placeholder name. Like when I write songs, like I'm just writing songs, I'm like, what do I call this? And then I'm like, I've been playing Skyrim, I'll call it Dagger. And then you're like, I'm gonna take that and run with it. Yeah.
Sometimes like something I will take the thing because like obviously because I'm guessing you're thinking about okay, what's the vibe of this song while you're doing the placeholder titles. And I'll kind of take that and run with it from there and kind of go okay, like how can I like and because for some reason, like then I see the name and then I hear the song, and then those two get inexplicably like glued together in my brain. So I end up kind of moving on from that. So I ended up thinking like, at that point I was playing a lot of World of Warcraft. So I kind of ended up smashing together Skyrim and World of Warcraft and doing a lot of stuff like that. The song that am I allowed to say the name of the song that we're recording now? I'm going to end up releasing at some point. Can we announce that here? Yeah, let's do it now. Yeah, so we are in the process of recording stuff. Don't have a date for it's going to be released yet, but the song that we're actually going to record and release is Mechanize, which that seems to be a bit of like a crowd favorite. It's usually the one that we end our sets on because
that one's down tuned.
Well, like the entire set is pretty much down tuned. That one has that very distinct like like that kind of like sliding.
The sugar kind of vibe.
Sort of, yeah. It's got a very kind of recognizable like kind of riff hook in it, which is really good. I think that's one of the reasons why we wanted to record that one, just because it's a good like recognizable like you'll hear that riff and be like, oh, it's the song.
Yeah.
That entire song is based off of like the lyrics are based off of. If anyone's played Skyrim, the Falmer. In the Dwarven ruins in Skyrim, you go into the Dwarven ruins. There's always these like the blind elves that are in there that are always like skulking around in there. There's a whole lore reason for why they're there, and basically I kind of looked into that. I just finished watching like a lore video from this one YouTube channel. I forget the name of it. Sorry, I forget. But he was basically talking about the whole lore reason for like why the dwarves have disappeared and why the Falmer are in there, why they're blind, why they like the whole thing. And I kind of took a lot of that lore and kind of shoved it into Mechanize. Because again, Mechanize was another like working title that you would.
It's like a Fear Factory song, isn't it?
It does.
I'll still say that.
I mean, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Another influence of mine.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, so because Mechanize, I was kind of thinking just like, how am I going to spin this one? Yeah,
machinery and that.
Yeah, with machinery, and then I was thinking like, oh, like the dwarves in Skyrim have machinery, like it's like cool. So that was the connection I made.
I think you're very far away from Skyrim, dude.
Oh yeah, no, believe me, it's. Listen, my brain is never that far away from Skyrim. Like it's like my brain is only about 2 degrees of separation away from Skyrim at any point. So that's usually just how my brain works.
We'll have to do another one that you can do Fallout lyrics for.
For sure. What I even do for that? Oh man, you got me thinking now. Maybe that's
not the thing.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll figure it out. There's one that we're still kind of in the process of kind of. I mean, I have like it's written. I've got lyrics for it now. But we haven't actually played it live yet.
A new song.
There's definitely there's a back catalogue of stuff. Murray's started writing as well. Murray is really good on guitar as well. Yeah, which is annoying because he's
like, how dare you be multi-talented and handsome?
He
plays guitar as well.
Yeah, he plays guitar as well. Right. So he's been sending videos with.
He can do vocals too. Have you heard his vocals too? Like he can do really good kind of highs and things like that. I'm actually thinking the next time we're recording vocals, because anytime we need to do highs and things like that, I'm usually not the best at it. I can do it, but it's not as good as my lows. if we can get Murray in on that recording session as well and get him to like layer up some of his vocals on there as well, that'd be sick.
That'd be dope for sure.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Hell yeah.
But basically talking, there's a lot of things in the pipeline of like, things that Murray's written, things that Ben's had like on his like back catalog for ages. A lot of it's because usually it kind of sucks because like my job is usually the one that's kind of last because I have to go back and write lyrics for things that have already been written. Mm-hmm. So whenever these guys are kind of like doing their writing and stuff, I kind of have to sit back and just relax and wait until I have new music to put lyrics on top of. But the one I've recently done is I'm really, really proud of it. Again, the lyrics that I normally write for things are either like really, really nerdy stuff, or it's very very kind of politically charged, like anti-authoritarian stuff as well. Which that's where Hive Mind comes from.
Hive Mind.
Yeah. So Hive Mind is basically
sounds like a band as well.
It kind of does. You're right.
I think there's a band out there called Hive Mind.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. Like definitely. There was another band that we played with a little while ago. It was a band called Chekhov's Gun.
Chekhov's Gun?
Which, again, shout out Chekhov's Gun. They're awesome.
Hell yeah. They're thrashy as well. Pretty
they're like kind of like almost like a blackened thrash type thing. They have a song called Hive's Mind Blind. I think it's Hive's Mind Blind.
The Blind Band live actually has Chekhov's Gun. Seen them live a few times.
They're really good. Yeah, we played with them once.
We did a podcast a while back. Actually.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Hell yeah.
So, I'm getting back on again actually now.
2.0
episode, when you get a 2.0 episode.
Yes, definitely. So for our song Hive Mind, it basically I decided to write it about. This tells you how long ago I wrote these lyrics. This is it was basically about like authoritarianism in the royal family, and the lyrics are "Soldiers rise, march to serve our queen." So it tells you how long ago that the song was written. Which I could
give up with the time now.
But the problem is, I could do one about Charlie, but I would rather not. It's fine. And also, I could also change the lyrics so that it says king now, but also like queen rhymes with machine.
Yeah.
So I need to like.
But it doesn't. It can be ambiguous though, can't it?
Yeah. That's the thing. It's like it's not specifically about about that. It's more so just about kind of just authoritarian regimes, which are I feel very relevant to talk about nowadays. That's it's good.
Look forward to that.
Yeah. So once we get more, because the new song that's coming out there is going to be more of a is more along that kind of vein of basic like anti-authoritarianism, that kind of thing. So that'd be fun.
Yeah,
I like doing stuff like that. It kind of gives me a bit of an outlet to vent my frustrations about what's going on in the world, basically.
I was going to give a wee plug about a song that I think I might have found on my YouTube channel, the Headbanger channel. I think you guys were playing at Barrowlands and you did this song that was a bit softer and it built up.
Oh yeah, that was
that jazzy kind of drum kitty kind of vibe.
I remember that was I think it was on Nagara actually. Yeah. So that was a while. That was when Fraser was still in the band. That was because I think that was
a couple of while back.
I think that was a Fraser song because Fraser wrote two songs like that, and we ended up kind of turning that one into. I think we ended up turning that one into.
Was that originally Canon on Adams McShite bag?
I think it was Canon on Adams McShite bag. Yes, I think it was that one. It was like something like that. So Fraser, who I think he still plays in Kakihara. He's still in Kakihara.
Yeah, Kakihara.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. So Fraser in Kakihara used to be in Hall of Fame.
Still played. They played the gig there a few weeks back.
Were they not just touring or something?
King Abyss and that, and
nice.
Was it King Abyss and this death metal band? I've forgotten the name again, but they were very heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Cumbrian death metal band.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what it's called. I think they're called Vision something, but
pass.
Just pass it.
I can't help you. Sorry.
I'll butcher it.
Okay, that's fine.
I'll feel you, but they were brilliant. Kakihara, Off the stage is always on the pro.
Yeah, so those guys are absolutely just
Crazy.
insane. They're nuts. They're just actually crazy people.
Because you used to go guitarist, wasn't he, in this band, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fraser was So we ended up kind of like he ended up leaving just for like literally for creative reasons. We were kind of desperate to get back on gigging again, and then we were basically saying that kind of fooling around with the idea of maybe having like a drum like backing track that we could plug to the PA system. And he was kind of just like, I would rather not do that. If we're gonna do that, I'd rather just not be in the band. And I'm just like, and we're just like, fair enough. But so Fraser used to do like some stuff there for us, and he has the most unhinged way of writing, of like naming. You got your placeholder names. His placeholder names were just like absolutely unhinged. I think he had like one that was like Mr. Ganache's Walk in the Park or something like that was another one.
Yeah, but it's funny because I'd have them on the computer, and then every time I'd go to load a project, I'd start laughing.
Did they put like some funny names on their files or something?
Yeah. Mr. Ganache's Walk in the Park was Cannon Arms McShitebag was one, and
Cannon Arms Adam McShitebag.
Cannon Arms Adams McShitebag. That was the one. Yeah, that was that was one of them.
Placeholders and that.
Yeah.
Files.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, no, there's a couple songs that we've dropped that we don't play anymore.
Yeah, it's just ones that we're not super confident in, or just like don't fit within the set really, or we have other ones that we want to like put in, because we try to keep the set to like 5 songs, because we're normally not in like a position where we can do like a full 45 50 minute set.
Yeah.
So we normally aim for 30 minutes. In our 5 songs usually, our songs are about 5 minutes each. So in between with changeovers and everything, it's usually like we're done within like 27 and 28 minutes.
Yeah, the plan is to build up. I think ideally, from what I've learned anyway from being in bands, it's good to have about an hour's worth of material.
Mm-hmm.
So then if you're like playing the same places again, you can rotate songs in and out, so you're not just doing the same 5 songs.
Yeah.
If
you have options.
And then if you do get offered like a headline spot, you can say, okay, we can do 45 minutes.
Cool.
So that's kind of what I was hoping we'd build up to. So with what we've got now, and then the new one should be just over half an hour.
Yeah.
And then with what Murray's been writing as well.
Yeah, that'd be good. Should be good to kind of have so expect a lot more new stuff there from us. Hopefully like sometime by the end of this year. It's really hard to put like an actual timeline on things.
It has, that's been one of the things that we've been struggling with.
We've been trying to.
The single we wanted out the end of last year.
Yeah, we wanted it last year. It's been just like a pain.
One thing after the others happened.
Yeah.
And so if you have those setbacks, and it makes it difficult to put like a time frame on things. So the single that we're doing at the moment, I need to edit it, and then we need to find someone to mix and master.
Yeah.
And then possibly a video, I don't know.
Maybe just a video.
Possibly. Maybe just a lyric video, I don't know. Depends on what we have access to.
Yeah. We'll kind of see what we can do. Even if we can just do like a live performance like music video type thing, where it's just like, because I don't really have any a lot of like creative ideas for Mechanized. I have some stuff for some of the other songs, but in terms of like that one specifically, I'm thinking just do kind of a music video of us just playing the song.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah. Something to see.
Yeah, for sure.
You take so the guys are still going. Yeah.
Cool.
We're still doing that full still. Yeah. Hell yeah. Let's do it. Back to the room. Back in the room.
Yeah. Cool.
I have to say. So sometimes we just talk about our things in the podcast. So I don't know if we should talk about a drip, what we're going on, about that. So we got a bit of that.
About our drip, like what we're wearing?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I think we're all skateboarders.
Yeah, that's
I'm not a skateboarder. Aggressive inline skate.
Inline skate.
The unpopular one that we.
I just started skateboarding again actually. First time in 5 years. I did a bit in the first lockdown. I got back in it like a month or 2 ago now.
Yeah, I started aggressive skating during lockdown as well. It was where I used to live, there was a skate park in Drybo just around the corner.
Oh really?
So that's where I started.
Drybo, yeah, because
So,
Me and my friend went up there and just seen it, and it's quite a quiet one, isn't it?
yeah, it's pretty quiet. It's a brilliant
That's
skateboard.
a very good one to go
Yeah,
to.
and now I'm around the corner from Stockton.
That Portobello one quite a bit.
Portobello's amazing.
That's a bit more.
Usually
It's
quite
a bit more
busy though.
approachable. Yeah, like the Portobello ones are a bit more approachable. It's not quite as like there's not so many like really high ramps and things like that. It's a bit like that's the one that because I did skateboard a little bit. I for a bit like during like COVID, and then
You and your mum tried to get back into it, didn't you?
yeah, we did for a bit. We and he landed nollie Friday, bastard. But yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. It was a way for me to just kind of get out and exercise. But like I was saying, it's at some point because I know that because you were saying a little while ago that there's that occasionally people do like gigs and stuff in skate parks. There's one happening in Glasgow.
We just talked
Shoes.
Yeah, Disposable just did one, didn't they?
Nice.
There was a festival in DIY skate park.
With the DIY Axis DIY in Glasgow.
Yeah, that was it.
Mm.
A huge, like it was incredible. Like looking at the poster for it, like all the
Yeah.
bands that were playing there, and it's like
With the lamps, it's called.
Riffs and rims, yeah. Well, needs to, yeah. So at some point that could be a lot of fun because then like like we could obviously play there and then like and you could skate there.
I'll be dope.
I imagine it's mostly skateboarders though.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can still be there with my set. It still works. Ramps still work the same way.
No, I know that.
Yeah, that's fine. That's the thing. It's just like it's. I mean, it's not like it's. I feel like as long as you're kind of not like in the way of anybody else, I think that'd be fun. Because that's often the problem with like really busy skate parks is that you'll often have like skateboarders and people, and there's people on scooters or
yeah, more
probably.
than my fair amount of shit.
Yeah.
Because I've been somebody cut in front of me, and there's no way to go. It's fine on a skateboard; you can just jump off.
Yeah. Whereas these are literally on my feet.
Don't have
I
that
can't.
luxury. It's just.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's going to be a bit sketchy sometimes.
I've literally fought. So there's in dry law, it's got some quarter pipes, and I've literally dropped in there, and a kid has ran out, and I've had to bail, and I've just like fallen onto the coping, so I don't land on the kid and just crush my ribs.
Oh, yeah, that's rough.
It sucks, but
That's,
you have to kind of avoid them at busy times as well. That's the problem.
what skateboard did you buy?
What's that?
What deck did you buy?
I got one from Route 1.
Okay, one of the Route 1 setups.
Yeah, but I'm actually putting stickers on the
Nice.
skate. I actually got some of your Holotunes stickers on the skateboard.
Have you?
nice,
I
awesome,
should
good.
have a wee photographic of the set or something.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. That's sick.
For deck, and then I'm just putting more stickers on as I go. So
Cool.
and there's a King of This one on there as well. Believe it or not.
Nice, yeah.
So that's it.
I think the stickers are really good. I like the because they're like a shiny kind of foil one, don't they?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the one.
those are good.
Sick.
Yeah.
And I got a couple. I got an EMP one. I've got some other stickers that I've just got lying around my closet. So I'm just gonna have to go to more gigs and get some more
Yep.
stickers.
There you go.
Yeah,
Perfect.
that's the plan now.
I think what we do for a reprint.
Yeah, we'll need to figure out because one we just need we need more of things. I need to do another order through
More
that.
stuff.
More stuff and things. So we need more of those. We also I also think just some new because I think we've got plenty of t-shirts at the moment, so we need to kind of go through and sell those. But I'm thinking hoodies maybe or possibly or maybe tanks tank tops. Would be good because I wear a lot of those on stage, and I think having one that just has I think one's just with the same logo that's on the
Needs to be a lot
on
more
the
tight.
circle
Yeah.
like that would be good.
Yeah.
That's the back of my phone. It's got my own
Sticker.
yeah, gotta represent my own brand.
I need to get tank. I need to get more.
Yes.
It just fit perfectly over the Apple symbol. So
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Don't have to have the Apple logo on that now. I have
Yeah.
to go to once.
Yeah.
I have to do it as well. I think tanks there should be a thing on more bands should release tanks rather than t-shirts.
I'd love to do some hoodies. I was talking to, I think it was King of It's about the hoodies, but they're always expensive to produce.
Oh yeah. We'd have to if we're in order to make any money kind of back on them, we have to make sure that they're
Probably not ready for that yet. I think most people have, most bands have to sell them for about 40 quid.
Yeah, which I don't think we're quite
No.
big enough or good enough yet to warrant selling anything that's 40 pounds. I think Yeah, you were talking about like you were talking about drip earlier.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of dressed down a little bit more from what I normally would. Like again, like most like you've probably you see me at gigs and things like that. I'll normally have my leather jacket on and like my big old goth stompy boots.
Yeah.
Today I kind of just like I wanted to dress a little bit more low key, a little more casual, which is nice. But yeah, typically I'm very much I've had my style described as like very like Misfits core, which I'm cool with that. That's pretty much like that was kind of one of my original inspirations for the look in the first place.
It's like ponytail like that, so
a little, yeah. I'd say like just now with like kind of like if we're talking Corey Taylor as like just as himself, then yeah. But
accent as well, I guess.
But then for sure.
I feel it's like Corey Taylor with the longer hair.
Yeah.
Because he had a bit longer hair at one point as well.
Yeah, for sure.
So that sort of it.
Yeah. When I have my hair kind of like back a little bit more, it's a bit more like it looks a lot more like Corey's. Because I think is Corey also like ginger or is he just blonde?
Ginger.
Because he is, yes, yeah.
Ginger blonde,
yeah. Gingers make good vocalists. What can I say?
I guess in like with Corey's son's band as well, what they call it again? Vin something.
Pass. I have no idea. I've heard them before, and it's like a lot of people say that like that's
kind of they're good that way.
What's his name? What's his name? Griff.
Yeah.
Griff is Griff Taylor is his name. Apparently he's like he sounds very much like Corey did back in the early like Iowa days, like which is really.
I think they're doing quite well for themselves there.
Like Corey's voice now is completely screwed up.
I'm just butchering it, yeah.
It's something like that. It's like Vended or Vended or something like that.
Yeah, that's the one. Because you hear about all these like metal guys who have been in the scene for like a long time, and you hear their live vocal performances now versus what they were back in the day, and you realize, oh man, none of these guys knew how to do proper technique today. Because their voices are completely just like, you hear Corey Taylor now doing like a Slipknot show, most of it is just like him just talking into the microphone at this point. He's like, and like yelling, but not doing his like proper like heated vocals like he did before.
It's like still sound a little bit again.
Yeah, and he can sing fine. Singing is great, but like it's more so like his very like kind of growly Slipknot vocals, just like for live performances now are just almost completely shot at this point, just because. Just like I guess you do proper technique for that long, and your voice just ends up
That's what happened to Matt Heafy, wasn't it?
Yep.
So he ended up having
Matt Tuck as well from
Corey the guitarist, doesn't he do the screaming vocals mostly now?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
I think Matt Tuck from Billet as well had the same surgery.
Yeah. It's the polyps, isn't it? Like.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there's a lot of. A lot of people are really impressed that after I do a gig that I can still talk afterwards, and I'm just like if you can't talk after a gig, or if your voice hurts after a gig, you're doing it wrong. It's like you need to like change your technique.
I never got the technique right.
It's tough to do. It's like it's also tough to kind of explain how to do it as well.
I've watched like Zen and the Art Screaming and things, and I've watched tutorials on how to do it. But it's like I think it's one of those things where if it clicks, it clicks, and if it doesn't click, you're always just hitting that wall.
Yeah. I'm really grateful.
I think yours comes from the singing you were doing when you were younger, though.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Proper technique.
Yeah. So yes, I was a. I did a lot of church choir when I was a kid, as well as I was a theater kid as well. So that's where a lot of my like techniques for like singing and projection and singing from like here, and like breath control and stuff like that. A lot of that comes from that stuff. And so you kind of do have to know how to sing first before you know how to do the vocal techniques.
Yeah.
Just because like a lot of that stuff, like again, like breath control and stuff like that, is way more important for doing that than it is for singing. The video tutorial that actually helped it like click a bit better for me was actually, what's his name, Jared Dines. You ever seen any of his stuff?
No, hold on.
Yeah, like the Mr. Gent himself, where he has like that crazy like 24 string guitar.
I've probably seen
it
this
before?
guy. I might have seen him. The guy that does all the medical stuff.
Yeah. So Jared, he did a tutorial for how he does it, and then I was just like, oh, okay. And I practiced that a while, and it eventually kind of morphed into my own technique. So, but it works really, really well. So.
You've done like a battle of the bands kind of thing on YouTube. I think the last done. I watched that on YouTube. He's done.
No, they do collaborations quite a lot.
Yeah.
Is that all the different guitarists with like all over England and.
It might be.
It was that one. That was the shred something. Yeah, where they basically just had it's basically a long song. Everyone does like basically like a couple seconds solo. But I've also seen the thing you're talking about. It's like a reality show type thing where they have like a bunch of like people like like musicians on. Yeah. And then they kind of assign them into like it is almost like a reality like game show type thing where they assign them to different bands and they have to like. And they have like a competition for like who can make the best music for the thing, which is it looks cool.
I think that's more recently. I think that's something got recently.
Yeah, I only saw that like just a couple of days ago actually. Goodness, yeah, it's funny I saw that like within that amount of time that we talk about it now.
Yeah, but that's something he could say as well. What he does now, I guess he's doing other things.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, it's good to see some other things, but. I think we were talking about something a minute ago. I was saying about drip again, but then I got my shorts on. Got my drops on. I don't think I'm wearing any drops on the podcast, actually.
Yeah, I was going to say, so yeah, it's...
we're getting into the summer.
Yeah, funny bit of trivia about me, I hate wearing shorts. Like, I hate it. Like, there'll be times where, like, I will wear, like, full-length jeans to, like, the beach. Because, like, I don't know, I just, like, don't... I don't know. I hate it. I don't know why. They're fine. I don't hate them on you. To be just to be clear.
Yeah.
But like on my own legs, I don't know. It's like I feel so exposed. It's weird. I'll go up on stage without a shirt on. That's fine. But but like don't look my legs. Don't perceive my legs.
I've played shows where it's been so hot in venues. I've been so thankful I've got like 3/4 on.
Yeah.
Just to get a bit of air, but I would never go without.
Yeah. The luggage priest as well, so shout out to the luggage priest if you're.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so they do a lot of baggy, oversized kind of stuff.
Cool. Straight up my street.
Straight up. I do like my baggier stuff now, absolutely not.
I always have. It's harder and harder to find baggy clothing, so I usually end up just buying oversized ones and then having to put a belt on, so I get a bit of a bag on the leg. These are actually my stage jeans.
Oh yeah.
Are they Pull and Bear?
Eh?
Are they from Pull and Bear or Brasker? Because they do some baggy stuff.
No, these are, is they called? They're Dockers.
Dockers.
It's not actually denim, I don't know what it is. It's like cotton or something? I don't know.
Like skateboarding kind of tight trousers, you mean as well? Kind of skater kind of.
I mean, I did have like skate ones, like baggy ones. I think they were Airwalk ones, but they're absolutely destroyed.
Oh yeah, I got Airwalk. Yeah, because Airwalk belt
when I skate, I wear the big, because I fall over constantly. Or at least I do. If you're better, you probably don't. So I have the like a hard cap knee pads under my jeans, so every time you take a dive, you just tear the front out of your jeans.
Yeah.
So mine are just
like open shins.
You can just see my knee pads.
Yeah.
Maybe if you see a lot of like metalheads or like jeans have been skating, maybe possibly.
Yeah, it's possible. I've definitely got some very, very distressed jeans. I've got like no arse left in them. Falling over as well.
Assless chaps. I always find it like really hard to find trousers in general that fit me, because like just because of my build, I am like 70% leg. Like, I don't think that's an exaggeration either. I think my torso probably makes up about like 30% of my height. Like 70% of my height is in my legs. So like but I'm also like a beanpole. So the problem is like trying to find ones that are like long enough this way that aren't like crazy big here. Is an absolute nightmare. I'm actually not sure what these are. I think these might be. I think these might actually just be from Canada. So I think these might be like Blue Notes. I think
Canadian Goose or something.
Yeah, Canadian Goose jeans. Yeah, pure 100% Canadian Goose feathers. made like woven together in a pair of trousers. Be great. But yeah, no, it's yeah. Again, like it's like talking about fashion. It's like I'm probably one of the least fashionable people that I know.
Yeah.
Again, I know what I like to wear. I like kind of like I like looking. I like
This looking like kind of just the way style like skates. I just look like a skater now.
Yeah.
I do actually have like a beanie hat on, so I probably look more like a stoner. Not so
yeah, you get the proper like
And my homie actually wears a beanie hat, like a beanie hat over the high brows like a stoner. And
so it's kind of
on sleeve t-shirts and that sort of
Nice.
ladies. I'm kind of vibing a lot of them lately as well.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I got most of the time it's like I feel like again like I feel like Ben mostly like you mostly dress like you're in like a I don't want to say Limp Bizkit music video, but like
A new metal.
like some kind of like very 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 new metal.
I know exactly what happened. So I was a goth,
Yeah,
and
I know what happened. It's like it's just like something happened here. It's like there were steps in this process.
I was like the goth thing, and I was listening to obviously the extreme metal as well as like the gothic stuff, like the proper gothic stuff, like all Sisters of Mercy and
Susie and the Banshees,
that stuff too. And then you had your Cradle of Filth and
yeah.
Manson and all that.
Yeah.
But then I got one of the favorite bands of all time, which I was obsessed with, was Children of Bodom.
Yeah.
So when they started, they kind of had their gothier like leather jackets and stuff. But then by the time I can't remember the album.
The Children of Bodom one?
Yeah, which is the one. Oh god.
Are you dead yet?
Yeah, that one.
So
when that one, when they like as they went through the career, he sort of Alexei was my idol. Like he sort of landed on. He's got like the long hair, but he's got the nail varnish on still. So it was that, and then he had the skate shoes and like the combat trousers and stuff with his t-shirts like the sleeveless, and I'm like, yeah, that'll do.
That'll
You
I think you had like a similar experience like to me where like you kind of found somebody who's just like I want to look like that specifically. For me, mine was a slightly more problematic one. Mine was actually Michael Graves from the Misfits, which sucks because Michael Graves is a racist POS. He sucks. I hate him. But like I saw him in the Dig Up Our Bones music video, and I was just like, okay, cool. That's gonna make this my entire personality now. And now we're here. That's fun.
No, I had New Rocks and everything, and I used to wear them. But I found that like maintaining that sort of like wearing them constantly, dressing like that was kind of tiring and not very conducive.
There's a reason why I'm not dressed like that today.
I love I absolutely love. I've got 2 full-length leather trench coats.
Mm-hmm.
They are not practical in the slightest.
No. They're simultaneously like too hot and also not warm enough.
Yeah. They look incredible, but you're like great.
That's often the problem with like wearing leather in Scotland especially because like leather jackets are not winter wear. No. You can't wear them because they're not like
that one is. That's why I bought that one.
Okay, there you go. Well, mine isn't.
That one's the.
I thought like a hoodie underneath it.
That one's that's the 70s jacket from the 70s.
Yeah.
But it's actually got like a
lining on it.
Yeah, it's got an insulated lining on it.
Nice, that's good. So like it's like mine specifically, I guess, like isn't made for that. But also the thing is, if I wear it out in the sun, it gets so warm that you're just like it's just. And it's like it feels like it's sticking to your skin.
Yeah, I feel
So it's very much just like it's rough out there being a goth.
You have to kind of wear yourself up and then take your stuff off all the time. That must be a nightmare. Doing all that.
Have you seen that? I think it's a clip from like John Mulaney where he was like talking. It's like a comedy special. It's just like it's like I think I understand why goths are so miserable. They wake up every day and think, oh, I gotta put all that shit on again.
And the sun as well, the hot sun.
Yeah,
that's the other hot weather we've had recently. Actually,
if you're warm, they're warm. Make sure you take your goths inside during hot weather.
But with tanks on, the ones with the tattoos up a bit more.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
Yeah, there you go.
You've still got any tattoos?
I'd say
I have one somewhere in there.
Alright.
No, I'm not going to show it to the camera.
No, I don't actually have any tats, to be honest.
Okay, no, fair.
If you see, I would have one here. I'll probably have one here more likely.
Any ideas for what you want to get? You mentioned get them?
I No idea.
No, okay, that's okay. In that case, it's probably good that you don't have any yet.
I think that's like Andrew. He turns up with more tattoos. I'm like, wait, and he's just. I don't know.
Literally on
Your
stage.
guy's like really good though. Like, he
Yeah.
just, I mean, I love his artwork, so I would turn up to him and be like, just give me that one. Like, your chess piece is incredible.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to show him.
No.
It's a raven right across here.
First have a time form.
Yeah, I guess just quickly just flash the camera.
You can see
over.
the wings of it sticking out when
Yeah.
he's on stage usually.
Yeah, if I have a tank top on, you can usually see like the ends of it, like on my shoulders, you can usually see it. But yeah, a lot of those, all the ones that Jamie's done for me, none of them have been flash. Like they've all been ones that I've like messaged him and been like, can you do this one for me, please? And he's really good at that. But yeah, there was once on stage, like I said, where you where like I was wearing a tank top, and you were kind of like, I think you normally stand on like this side of me, like you're normally standing on my right.
Yeah.
And then for some reason for this gig, you were standing on my left, and then you saw the Black Knight that I had on this one, and you kind of looked at it, and you were just like, and I was just like, dude, we're playing a show, just.
Sounds about right for me.
Yeah.
Like,
it was
ADHD between me and Murray, like,
and me.
just get lost.
Yeah, like the entire band has ADHD, and it's rough sometimes. It's a wonder that we get anything done. Yeah, it's a wonder that like more of us like and didn't like like that Ben and I ended up getting here in the first place, because like if we just like just like. It's entirely possible that if I wasn't constantly reminding myself and Ben that we would have just completely forgotten. But yeah, glad we didn't know. So we made it.
We made it to the podcast. That's the one thing.
Yeah.
I know you got saying about the rectories. You got the purple laces on them. This is quite cool.
Yeah.
On one of them.
That was, I just ordered a new pair of these actually. I'm more on holiday and they were horrible. I need to send them back. They were manufactured wrong, so the stitching all like is rubbed blisters.
Oh, right.
These are my old ones. Now the purple lace in this one, I've got purple laces in some of my skates, and this was a spare one, so I thought, what purple? Better fun.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
I've just got the old school bands. I said them earlier.
I've got 2 pairs of those, but they're black and white.
Black, you got the original ones and the original.
Then I've got a pair that are the same as Andrew's that I've got the checkered pattern.
You're trying to do a wee parallelogram with the laces.
I did, yeah. I was gonna say like I've got a little, I've got a little pentagram on my shoes, which is fun.
Shout out to Vans.
Shout out to Vans.
Shout out to Japanese. They're all wear skater brands and they're like proper skateboarding shoes today.
Yeah, and I think that's part of the reason why I wanted to get these is because like I had a pair of like flat shoes that I was using for skating, and they completely just like wore right through, and they weren't skate shoes. That's the problem. Is like they were just like flat shoes that kind of work for skating. These ones here, I've had these now for a little bit. I don't even know how long. Probably like about a year and a bit now. And they're still holding up really well. I don't wear them that often, to be fair, because so for my work I normally wear like I've got like dress shoes that I wear because I work in a clinical setting. And then most of the time when I'm going out, I wear my big old thick New Rocks. These ones are kind of just my if I want to be comfortable. These are just my kind of like if I need to walk any distance, or if I need to if I'm just like wanting to just be comfy. These are like my comfy shoes.
It's good for like this hot weather as well. It's comfortable now to wear. Not to wear boots on. I normally wear my dots and normally on my podcast you probably know anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't think I really need to say much about my dot martins. They're just platform ones, that's it.
Yeah.
But I've had a fair share of dots in the past.
Yeah.
They do last a while, but
It's a shoe I've never earned.
Really? Yeah. It's like nowadays
like quality's went down a lot now.
Quality has gone down, the price has gone up quite a bit. Like I remember like the last pair of like work shoes that I had were also like they're Doc Martens, but they're like the shoe version of it. So it had the yellow lacing around it, so it looked like a Doc shoe, but it was only went up to here, so it wasn't like the full length one. So I had a pair of those, and now the new ones that I got, they're the same model, same everything. I remember I paid like less than $100 for the first pair. It was like £89, I think. And the new ones now that I got, that was same models and everything, $140
It's a lot.
So it's gone up by like 50 quid.
It's
which
also,
is
Mr.
crazy.
T now doing all this now. It's Mr. T in the end of the day.
Well, I mean, it could be. Yeah. Again, well, yeah. I mean, in like inflation and everything has been kind of going up for a while, but yeah, Trump definitely didn't like help things.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
it's happened recently as well. Probably won't want to say it anyway, because we know
it's fine. It's fine. Yeah.
I was
Yeah. About to say, if we start talking about politics, we're gonna go over time. I'll be here for a while.
It's going to be here all day.
Don't do it.
Let's not do it. Let's not do it.
24/7.
Yeah.
We'll have a whole day podcast to do.
Just do it as a live stream. People just type it. It's like, oh no, he's still talking about Trump. Okay. So we'll chat back in later.
Yeah. I think anything we should maybe talk about to probably wrap up. We normally talk about, I don't know if we should talk about like train related stories or anything like that. Probably something a bit like something different. What do you think?
What kind of stories? Sorry.
Because I was saying about trains and normally we just talk about trains half the time.
About trains?
Trains. I don't have any fun train stories.
Oh yeah.
I've just got back from Paris. I was on the metro a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
The metro.
Yeah.
How were the metros? Good.
Like
On time.
clockwork, like
Yeah.
crazy. Like every 6 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
6 minutes. Better way more.
Massive.
Yeah.
There's the network of it's incredible.
I really wish there was like more space for that kind of thing in Edinburgh as well. But the problem is like obviously like if you're trying to dig out like a any kind of like subway station or anything like that, you're digging into the city vaults.
I was saying that when we were in Paris. I was like, oh, it'd be a good thing for Edinburgh. But I was like, wait, there's too much stuff under the city. You can't go digging around in the.
To be fair, there's also the catacombs underneath Paris as well, which I'm guessing they had to like work around as well.
Well, they did, didn't they? But they didn't. Isn't that? Was that when they excavated the bones, and that's when they moved into another part of Paris? When they were putting
I think
that in?
so.
So I think we went to the catacombs, but we ended up not.
Actually, really wants to go to Paris purely for the catacombs.
So it's
Which is great. I can just imagine like like if you get like certain train tunnels in Paris, like you get like some you look out the window and you just catch glimpses of just like there's like a wall of skulls as you're like whizzing by.
It'll be the metalist train out there.
Oh, 100%.
Do you have like a light show inside the actual metro subway?
Yeah, and that'd be great. That'd be awesome. Yeah. Oh, dude. Yes. I think that's like the type of thing you'd see in like Guitar Hero, where like one of the stages you can get in Guitar Hero where it's just like a haunted like metro station.
Yeah. so that's to do something like that.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
For the best bonus back on metros.
Yeah.
Subways.
Speaking of
undergrounds. Cement names of them.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Metro, subway, underground. Yeah, exactly. There's apparently there's one place that they're trying to get an underground like metro was actually in like Greece, I think, in like Greece or Rome, like somewhere around there where there's like a lot of like stuff. And the problem is that every single time they try and like extend the train tunnel, they keep digging up like new ancient artifacts, and so it's like the slowest progress ever because they have to keep calling the historical society every time they move the tunnel another 10 feet. They keep finding like, oh, here's another like ancient pilaster that probably is thousands of years old.
Yeah, it's probably Greece.
Yeah, probably Greece. Yeah. So that's. That's fun.
They actually got these like automated ones in that way. They're also modified the drivers and that. There was one time we were that way a couple of years back in Milan Metro, and I think it was like it must have been like a misfunction, so we had to put replacement buses on.
Mm-hmm.
So coming back getting back at the city centre from, I think it's that big football stadium in Milan.
Oh yeah.
Can't even remember the name of it, but the metro's broken down or out of service. That
Man, that was a mad rush.
So that was.
Trying to get back into football, trying to like.
I don't think it was doing football. It wasn't doing a football.
Okay, that's fine then. Okay, that's fine.
Just a general day trip, you know.
Right. Yeah. Gotcha.
The trains were obviously kind of off. Because the automated trains, I guess, so maybe the computers might have had a bit of a glitch.
Maybe, yeah. I'm guessing if it is not an Nexus, and they probably have to shut it down every so often to make sure that they can like do maintenance on it and make sure everything's working before they boot it back up again.
Yeah, I think it was shut down that day.
Yeah, scheduled maintenance, like they do for like online, like for like World of Warcraft and stuff like that. It's just like the servers will be down from this time to this time.
That's what happened.
Never very far away.
Yeah.
Only ever
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
We'll be saying this might come trains in the future, autonomous trains and stuff. That's to get maintenance done with a bit up again.
Yeah. It's just like, my train isn't working. Have you tried turning it off and back on again? Like the IT thing. The guy calling.
They actually do that, I think, with modern trains actually. They actually have to be out of computers and shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
So straight and then.
Yeah, trying to just like, and then just, okay, train's working again. All right, get on.
Just have to go back in the day, you know, when trains were actually properly, well, just fine in general, just mechanical and
that's
straight out of the box. You can actually do things properly.
That's often the thing with like technology in general. You'll find that as technology increases and it gets more complicated internally and more simple externally, like the user-facing stuff is all just like very, very sleek and everything. And if anything goes wrong underneath the hood, like nobody knows how to fix it.
No.
Whereas like back in the day, obviously it was simpler machines overall, but it was still like enough moving parts there where like most people with like with a wrench and a little bit of like elbow grease can go in there and like unjam something or get it working again. But now it's like because things are simultaneously so much simpler and so much more complex that when something goes wrong, it goes like really wrong.
That's it. So it's smaller because it's a computer. It'd be a lot smaller. You can fit more in so that.
Exactly.
I get what you mean.
Yeah, for sure. Like you can bring like back in the day you could bring like a rotary telephone back like into a shop and get it fixed by like just some guy behind a desk. Now, if your iPhone breaks, you have to basically send that back to like some kind of wizard in like in Japan or something, and then they have to send it back and charge an exorbitant fee for it in order to fix your thing. And at that point, you probably start buying a new one.
Get a wallet haircut or something. Get a replacement.
Yeah.
But you might lose all your stuff, files and that.
That's the other thing. Yeah. Technology. It's because just overall it's going faster now than most people know how to keep up with it.
Especially with the AI stuff now taking a lot of that over now. I feel it's going to be a bit of a hit and miss.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see.
Maybe doing like AI podcasts.
Oh no.
Don't want to do that.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Not going to feel the same, like just talking to like a lamp, just talking to like a computer or something.
I'm really not a big fan of AI at all.
I totally feel you.
It's very much just like, and like it's a real shame because like there's a couple of because I don't think no bands that I know have used any like AI stuff. I have seen a couple of like like promotional posters for gigs and things like that have been using AI artwork, and I'm kind of like. And I get it's for the promotional poster. It's like it's not like a load bearing anything. But at the same time, anytime I do see like AI art being used in creative spaces, it does just kind of make me cringe a little bit and kind of just like we could do better than this. Like just like there's plenty of other things that could have gone there that weren't like just AI generated slop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I still have no idea how any of it works.
I've
not played with any of it, no ChatGPT or nothing,
well, good, but also it's a lot of it is basically because like the problem with it is that a lot of the algorithms that these things were trained on to reproduce art like that was a lot of the stuff that they used to train the AI was just stolen art from like random people online. So like it's like if you drew something you're really, really proud of. And then a tech company basically took it, scanned it, fed it to their AI machine, and then the AI machine, when they're told like, can you draw something that looks like this, please, just spits out something that looks a little bit like your design. Right. That's essentially it's piracy with extra steps. Essentially, is what it is.
Yeah. Great, but we'll be out of jobs. Musicians won't be working as well. Then is it not making music yet?
Oh, it's the thing.
Oh wait, I did see a video. I've not watched it. Somebody said they'd used it to try and come up with guitar riffs or something like that, like tabs.
Yeah, people and that's the thing. It's like, and it can do it, but the problem is, it's one of the reasons that we have art in the first place is to like connect with each other and to like express how we're feeling and kind of and make a community. And if you remove any kind of human aspect of any step along that process, the end result is going to be a worse thing. And the thing is like it's kind of that thing as like art as a commodity versus art as as art.
Yeah, especially as what you say, the music now. It's going to go a bit shit with the AI music.
I imagine if it's going that way, then people will be using AI for like mixing and mastering, will they?
Possibly, yeah. But you know, not
Might be the end of the
well, I mean, you know, if
nice job for me.
That might that might be a problem for me though. I'd rather us not do that, please.
Yeah, I just hope that doesn't get to that point anyway.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, well, I think it's been a real pleasure to get you guys back on again.
Yeah, it's been a good time.
It's been a minute since you were last on, but that's 2 and a bit years since we've done the first podcast with you guys.
Yeah.
Because we did it in the nice days, well, you know, if I remember watching that first episode, and it was a different setup, but now.
Yeah, I think it was still like you guys were all set up around like a table or something.
Yeah,
it was that one, yeah. Yeah.
But that's the kind of setup now. I think it's a bit better now.
Yeah, it's a little bit more clean. I guess it's a little bit better framed and all that stuff.
Definitely.
Good stuff.
Yeah. So do you want me to ask where you can check your music out, social medias and all that?
Nothing out just yet. So.
No music out just yet.
Oh,
but yeah, so we are on both Facebook and Instagram as HollowTune UK. We're on where else? I think that's basically it. That's the main place where we post most of our stuff. If you again, we'll see if we can. If we can put again, I can maybe send you like the thing with all of our social links. You can put it in the description as well.
Yeah, like a link tree or something.
Yeah, probably link tree. That'd be perfect. Yeah, great. So basically, like if you go to the link tree, that basically like, and I try to update the link tree as much as I can to show like if we have any gigs coming up or like eventually when we have the music that you can stream, it'll be on that as well. So everything kind of in the one place is the idea.
That's the way to go, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then if you want to check out I'll probably say thanks again for watching and listening to that Software Down podcast episode 93 with Overtune, not featured that 2.0 episode 2.0.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, make sure to like, comment below, subscribe, turn on the bell notifications of course. We'll get to 666 subscribers. I don't know if I should do a special for that.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Not just that episode, but Chum 6 subscribers like a bang as well.
Awesome.
Not far off that now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get there sooner or later. We'll be there in a minute, as to say.
Yeah, good stuff.
And if you want to check out some of my gig stuff, you go to see him Headbang, that's my YouTube channel. There's some of your stuff there as well, guys.
Yeah.
Some of your stuff on that channel as well. Some whole tune live sets there as well.
You can see some of our songs from where we had a slightly different lineup than what we have just there now. But you know, Ben and I are still there.
Yeah, the OGs in that.
Yeah.
Pretty much, as I say.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so check that out as well. And I'm guessing that's everything we say, I guess. So first thing I do is we say peace out. We'll walk off the camera and I'll say peace out. That's what I do. I'll just a walk. So we do some outtakes. Outro. What do we do? Outro, somewhat.
Like outro, yeah.
Yeah. How do we do it? With the pose again.
Yeah. If I was just like,
what was the pose?
I don't know. It just kind of came to me. I wasn't really sure.
Yeah. We'll just say peace out, I guess. And do
Yeah.
like that. Is that how you do it then? So I'll just say, yeah, there we go. That's the way to do. And then signing off. Now, there we go.